Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you've never watched it before, I'm Violet and I'm here to talk to you about some car seat headrests today, and I think that's pretty cool. I have decided that I needed to listen to and rank all of the songs under the car seat headrest name, so that's what I did. I found a tier list online.
I cut it out, but this was made by Super Tittery.
So yeah, this was made by that user, and I want to thank them for all the hard work and effort that they put into making this extensive tier list. Arguably missing a few things that I'll cover at some point in this video, but I just wanted to kind of go over how I ranked everything. As far as I know, from scanning the like 25 or so tier lists that are public, I am the only person to actually have listened to every song on this tier list and ranked them. There's a lot of people who put a good chunk of these songs in the have not listened to category, and I very intentionally made sure that I listened to everything. I'm not trying to flex or anything. I just want to make it clear that I suffered through all of this because I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to the craft, and it's very important to me that you know that I have listened to all of these songs, except for. That's where I guess we can start. We'll start at the bottom of this tier list. There was one song that I didn't listen to, actually, and it's simply because I could not find it anywhere. At least I couldn't find a song with the same name as what it was listed as on the tier list. This is a song listed here as Inhale and Release, and as far as I can tell, it was lumped in with the rest of the Making a Door Less Open demos and like cut songs. So I'm assuming it's something from Making a Door Less Open or a variation of one of the songs. When I looked it up, I saw the Can't Cool Me Down that was uploaded on the Car Seat Headrest YouTube page, which as far as I know is pretty similar or the same to the version that was released in the album. So I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it is that version. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, feel free to correct me. But yeah, just wanted to start out and say that I couldn't find that song. But then I guess we can move our way up. I did change the names of these categories just to kind of fit what I thought was better in terms of ranking. I am not going to go in depth on every song because as far as I've counted, there's about 250 songs on this tier list, and that's just way too much to go over. But I will name every song in every tier, and then songs that I feel that I need to justify or just want to talk about a little bit, I will. I'm going to start with the I don't like category, which is like the bottom of the rung. These are songs that I just don't think are good, and that I personally really don't like. There's not a whole lot of songs on here. There's 5. So it's going to be a short one, but these are just like genuinely songs that I feel are kind of irredeemable. Also want to make it clear, again, I didn't clarify this earlier. Songs in individual tiers are not ranked in order. They're just ranked by tier. Inside tiers, they're organized by the album or collection of songs that they're part of, and not the ranking of them, except for my top 5. My top 5 are ranked in order of 1 being closest to the left and 5 being closest to the right. So yeah, let's start with I don't like. Number 1, I have Drunk Driver's Killer Whales, the single edit. I hate this. I hate this so much. It ruins the song. Drunk Driver's Killer Whales, you will see a lot later in this video, because I very much enjoy that song. This version is awful. It takes all of the emotional impact out of the song and just ruins it. You cannot scream this song at the top of your lungs. It's awful. horrible. Do not listen to it. If you're ever going to listen to Drunk Drivers Killer Whales, just listen to the version that's on the album. There is no reason to listen to the single edit. It's horrible. Don't stop. No. Next is Total Burn. It looks like on here it looks like Total Bum, but I think it's Total Burn. I don't really remember what this song is like. I'm just going to move on to the next. Reversible Jacket. I also don't really remember what this one is. It's off of 2. It's not very good. Happy Ugly. This one I remember was it's off of 1. It's one of the kind of like more abrasive songs on the album. I think it's mostly instrumental. I didn't really like it. And then Yes Bulletin. I'll talk about this one. I think this is the worst Car Seat Headrest song. There may be some people out there who like the kind of like experimental abrasiveness of it. I find it really hard to listen to and genuinely distressing. I hate this song. I'm sorry to any Yes Bulletin fans out there, but in my opinion, this is the worst one. And there are some kind of stinkers out there, especially in like some of Will's old stuff. But I think in terms of Car Seat Headrest songs and not like stuff under Nervous Young Man or just Will himself, Yes Bulletin is the worst. And so with that is it for the I don't like category. I didn't have a lot to put in here. There's not a whole lot of songs that Car Seat Headrest has put out that I genuinely don't like. But there are a few, and so I've gone over those. So the next category is going to be meh. These are alternate title for this category is just kind of mid. They're not great. I probably wouldn't listen to them if I wasn't listening to the album, and if I was listening to the album, I might skip them. They're just not great. Just kind of meh. Asked a Friend About Her. This is one of the Madlow demos. I don't remember exactly. I forget what I believe this was a variation of Him. It's fine. It's I didn't really like it. Then we have European Death Club. This is also a variation. I want to say a variation of Deadlines. There are, as far as I know, there are 5 variations of Deadlines. Most of them marked as such, and I think there's one that isn't. I want to say no. I think European Death Club might not be. Don't quote me on that. It's another one of the Madlow songs. It's Oro Madante. There might be some people who like this song. I don't have a problem with it. I feel like I might move it up, but it's just super short. The only version of the song that I could find was a live recording that didn't have great audio, so I just kind of ranked it as meh. I was also very tired when I listened to that song. I had been listening to a lot of the kind of rarities that day, and I was just like not feeling super favorable. So I would probably give this another listen to see if I actually enjoy it or not, but I have it in meh. 7 Up. This is part of this was a song that was tacked onto the introduction of a podcast that Will had called the Nothing But Wolves podcast, I want to say. There was like 3 episodes of it. I wouldn't really consider it Car Seat Headrest. I think it was probably put out before Car Seat Headrest was even like a thing Will was doing, but it's on this tier list. So yeah, I know I said that I wasn't going to be going over every song individually, but I feel like when it comes to like rarities and stuff, I do kind of want to like talk about those a little bit because I didn't know what a lot of these songs were before I listened to them. So I think educating the people on what these kind of weird songs are is like important. So it's a new day. New hair. I discovered that my camera cuts out at 12 minutes of recording, so I've been less than motivated to come back and finish the rest of the tier list. But let's pick up where we left off.
Some of this tear cut out when the camera turned off, so here's the songs I missed.
Next part, we're going to move on to interludes and instrumentals. So I ranked some like interludes slash instrumentals, but most of them I just kind of put in this category because they're pretty hard to rank, especially since most of them I really like in the context of their album, but when it comes to listening to them alone, they're not great. So on here, I'm just going to kind of speed run through it. We have I-94 West off of How to Leave Town. We have Unfinished Pain Star and N-Piece off of Disjecta Membra. We have The Move, which is part of the Japanese release for Teens of Denial. There were 3 songs that were pinned onto Teens of Denial as bonus releases and some physical releases of the album. And The Move is one of them, and I think it's really good. It's a really fun kind of jam that is kind of pretty similar to the beginning of Vincent, and it's really cool. Then I have a bunch of stuff off of one. One. Césaire the Somnambulist. I'm so sorry. David Lynch versus the Moon. David Lynch versus the Moon. July New Hay. My Dad Just Passed Out. Then we have No Starving off of 3. The Deal, which I'm pretty sure it's a rarity, and I'm pretty sure it was like I can't exactly remember what this was off of or what context it was released in, but it's mostly instrumental. And then we have Living in Circles, which is another one of the Madlow demos. So then we're going to move up to probably my favorite category in this whole tier list, which is charming but objectively not great. So these are songs that most people would rank probably pretty low, but I feel like they deserve a little bit of attention. I think these songs are probably some of my favorites, if not for the fact that they're mostly consisting of Will yelling. So first one is going to be Drunk on a Work Night off Disjecta Membra. This song is great. I love it. If you've heard Drunk on a Work Night, you understand me. It's good. It's so silly. It's not silly. But it's good. It's good. Then we have Will's bio, which is Will and one of his friends reading his bio. It's really great. It's super charming and cute and fantastic. We have the recording of Big Jacket off 1. I'm going to be honest, you're going to see in a second, if I haven't said it already, I don't really like the Nervous Young Man recording of Big Jacket. I feel like it kind of brings down the album a little bit, despite that being the best Car Seat Headrest album. But the original recording of Big Jacket, or rather the recording that's on 1, is really cute, and the fact that it sounds like it was recorded on a guitar pickup, or rather the vocals were recorded on a guitar pickup, adds a lot to the charm. And then Inside the Bell Jar, for the same reason as Drunk on a Work Night, I really like it. Will yelling is fun. So then we're going to move on to the next category, which is Fine. And I'm going to start at the bottom and move to the top. I think that's just what I'm going to do to keep it straightforward. Fine is like, I think I originally had this as D tier, though I don't think that's really exactly how I would describe it. It's not good, but it's acceptable. There's nothing horrible about these songs, but I don't usually listen to them very often. We have Microcastle, Deer Hunter cover. I honestly can't really remember much about this one. This is one of the numerous covers that this tier list had. Some covers, honestly, I think should have been included on this tier list, but doesn't matter. It's one of the covers. It was fine. So Starving. This is a remix of Oh Starving that was done by Kate Wirtz. If you're familiar with Car Seat Headrest, you're familiar with Kate Wirtz. There's a few kind of Kate Wirtz things that like Kate Wirtz has done with Will in terms of music before, but I think this is the only one that's actually on the tier list. It's fine. I actually had it, I think I had it rated lower and moved it up because it's actually pretty charming, but I think the original and acoustic versions of Oh Starving are much better, and there's honestly not a whole lot of reason to listen to So Starving when Oh Starving is really good. Then we've got a chunk from Little Pieces of Paper with No written on them, which you're actually... There's not a ton that I have in fine. I think most of Little Pieces of Paper was a meh. A pleasant... so I'm just going to kind of speed run through these because Little Pieces of Paper is not an obscure album. We have A Pleasant Sort of Terror, Get Better, Get Well, Wachovia Receipts, Neon Sign, 100 Minutes of Solitude, I'm Afraid of Literally Everything, and Leave Together. The standout one of these is I'm Afraid of Literally Everything. I think that one's really charming. I think it's cute. Like, then we have some rarities kind of stuff. We have the Nervous Young Inhumans single edit. Honestly, I think I should move this down more because if I remember correctly, this doesn't have the monologue at the end. It's the Twin Fantasy 2018 version of Nervous Young Inhumans. Just, it starts different and it doesn't have the monologue at the end, which I think takes a lot away. We have Unforgiving Girl, also the single version. Again, just not as good. Listen to Unforgiving Girl off of the album. Don't listen to the single version. Those are the other two single versions that I think are on this tier list. But I mean, as I talked about earlier, the Drunk Driver's Killer Whale version is single version is just horrible. There's Lindy Lou, which is a cover. There's Bury Me Online, which is just kind of like a short snippet, kind of unreleased song that Will did. I'm not exactly sure where it was released, but it's all right. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so next song we have is Way Down / Spirit World Rising. If I remember correctly, the few versions of the song I've been able to find were all live recordings. They are tied to a song that was released later on. I want to say The Ending of Dramamine or something off of How to Leave Town. It's been a while since I made this tier list. I forgot. But I do know that it was later made into a full song, which is why it doesn't get performed anymore or why it's not released somewhere else. It was cannibalized and turned into something else. We have Kootenai Jail. I don't really remember this one. But another kind of rarity. We have America, the re-recording. So America was going to be put on Teens of Style, if I remember correctly, and was eventually decided not to be put on that record. This is just a re-recording of that song. I think that the original version of America is better, so I don't really have anything to say. Cosm. This is another one that I think was just kind of like a short snippet thing. I really don't remember. I hate to be like, oh, I don't remember, but I don't remember. Now we have some songs off of 2. I have Then It Will Be Exactly the Same as Earth, Act Suspicious, and this one time I went to a coffee house because some guy I knew was playing, and I just sat there for an hour and didn't talk to anyone, and then I came and wrote this song. Yeah, that's, I think that's the longest Car Seat Headrest song, longest name for a Car Seat Headrest song, so that's fun. Fun little fun fact. That's it. We've got some songs off 3, Beach Funeral, Beach Drugs, Summer Bummers, Foreign Song, and Beach Week. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. I think a good few of these songs I would bump up to good, or maybe even higher. I think I was just kind of upset because I listened to 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on the same day. And I think I was just kind of sick and tired of Will Toledo. So I would probably reevaluate those if I were to redo this tier list. I have then some songs off 4, A Good Bridge to Never Cross Until There's No Doubt That He's Dead, Even the Who Knows, and No Kidding Around, Around, and Dickless Heart. Again, I would move some of these up, but I don't know. I think I was just on a tirade against the numbered albums. We have some stuff off 1. We have Kid War, The Shiny Customers, Good Sunday. And then I have Famous off of Madlow. I think Famous is genuinely the only song I don't really like off Madlow, and I tend to skip it, which is kind of convenient because it's the last song on the album. And I honestly think the song before it, I think that is a much better end to the album than Famous. And it's the end of the album, I think, regardless of what form you listen to. I think Famous is also the end of the album on the CD release. No, it's one of the acoustic. No, it's Hollywood Acoustic is the end on the CD release. But then I have The Hard Part off of Disjecta Membra. This song is pretty repetitive, and I don't really like it. Act Suspicious. This is another one of those additions onto Teens of Denial. Then we have Big Jacket. It off of Nervous Young Man. We have the Nervous Young Man Big Jacket. It's fine. Devil Moon off of Living While Starving. I think honestly I'd move this up because I've re-listened to that EP a few more times since making this, and I do like that song a little bit more. It'd probably go to good. And then the last is Open Mouth Boy off of My Back Is Killing Me Baby. Honestly, I'd move it up. I really like Open Mouth Boy, but it can be a little grating sometimes. But yeah, that closes out the fine tier. So we are now moving on to good, which is exciting because I like a lot of these songs. I think once you get into the good category, it's pretty hard to find a song that I can critique too hard. These are all genuinely pretty decent songs. So we're going to start at the bottom again with some rarities. We have Blues Run the Game, which I'm not exactly sure what this was off of. It might. I'm not gonna make any claims about it because I don't want to be wrong. But I also don't remember what the song sounds like. But I do remember liking it. There's Dead, which is that They Might Be Giants cover. We have Mr. Tambourine Man / Venus. This is actually 2 songs, but the only upload of it currently online is both of the songs put together, which is why they're partnered up here. They are 2 different songs, Mr. Tambourine Man and Venus. If I could separate the 2, I might rank them differently. I think I liked one more than the other, but I'm fine ranking both of them in good. But I Still, which is a Para Siempre cover. We have Lowbrow, which honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. Lowbrow needs to be much, much higher. This was a single that was released a while back. It's great. specifically for the you started reblogging a bunch of genderqueer stuff line. I love this song. It needs to be higher. I'm going to like make an official note in this video now. Lowbrow is not good. It is at minimum great. I'd probably put it in amazing. I was wrong. Lowbrow is fantastic. Then we have I Wish We Could Be Friends. I don't really remember that one. We have some songs off of Little Pieces of Paper with Surf Jerk, Nothing, the single song, and I Don't Want You. There's also Waiting for the Jets, which is not off that album. Wi-Fi, another one of the Madlow demos. We have some songs off of Teens of Style. This is the first time we're saying Teens of Style. We have Bad Role Models, Old Idols Exhumed, Los Borrachos, Piss Teenagers, Take Off Your Clothes, and Sunburned Shirts. For a lot of the Teens of Style stuff, it's going to be noticeable that I ranked them either in the same tier or lower to noticeably lower than their original versions, because while I like Teens of Style on its own, I think that if you're just going to listen to the songs as singles, listen to the original versions. A lot of the original versions have a lot more charm, although I do have some opinions about some very specific songs that I think are better, but yes. That's that. Then we have Beach Death off 3, as well as Beach Fags and Piss Teenagers, Take Off Your Clothes. Ranked those two in the same category. Then we have off 4, the Ghost of Bob Saget and Feel Like Daniel Johnston. Honestly, again, I don't know what I'm thinking. I think I would honestly put Feel Like Daniel Johnston up a tier higher. I really like Feels Like Daniel Johnston. Then off of 2, we have Fiction 1, We Are in Space, Will You Please Pass the Milk, Please? I really, really like this one. I want to highlight Will You Please Pass the Milk, Please? I think it's really good. I really, 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 really like... it's just a long monologue where Will talks about how his relationship is strained with his dad because of watching a movie with him, and it's really good. I was in like a store when I heard it for the first time, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Awesome song, amazing song. I think people need to listen to it. Go listen to that song. If you're going to listen to 2, listen to that song. Then we have some stuff off 1, Tybee Island, Horse Ghosts, and Up All Night. Then we have off of Madlow remixes, Deadline's Oh Compassion. Oh, no, sorry. This is not off Deadline's remixes. This is off of... this is the album, the physical release of no, I'm correct. Deadline's Oh Compassion is... Yeah, it's off Madlow remix. No. Oh boy. It's another version of Deadlines. Deadlines Oh Compassion is another version of Deadlines, which I have next to Deadlines, which is the version that is released on CD and vinyl. They're both fine. As well as Hollywood. I have Hollywood in this tier as well. Then... maybe a controversial opinion. We have the first Twin Fantasy song, which is the mirror-to-mirror version of My Boy. I think My Boy is probably the weakest song off Twin Fantasy, and it's probably weaker. I mean, it's weaker on Mirror to Mirror. I don't know if it would be... I don't remember where I ranked the face-to-face version, but they should honestly be on the same tier. They're not too much different. I think I kind of disagree with this opinion. We have some songs off Disject a Member with High Life, KS, and 224. Then this is maybe going to be a controversial opinion. I think maybe the most controversial opinion in this entire video. I have the Running Up That Hill cover the Kate Bush cover off of Madlow Influences. I only ever hear this song in two different contexts. One, people saying that they love it, and two, people saying that they hate it. And I'm of the opinion that I love it. It's not fantastic, and yes, the original version of Running Up That Hill is much better, but I think for what it is, it's fun. Then I have War Is Coming If You Want It. This is a single that's released on Spotify. You can watch it or listen to it if you want. There's another version that I have ranked a bit higher just because I think it's more fun. That's not on streaming services right now. Then I have Jerks off of Nervous Young Man. I have My Boy from Face to Face. So yeah, I did put it in the same tier. And then I have Father Flesh and Rags and Sunburned Shirts from My Back Is Killing Me Baby. And that closes out the good tier. We're going to move on to great. And like I mentioned earlier, War Is Coming If You Want It, the March mix. I think my favorite part about this is that the video that I watched, or that I listened to, the upload that I found, had Remy Boydell cover art, and I'm a big fan of Remy Boydell. Then we have Teenage Night, which is, as it says in the title on this tier list, an alternate version of I Can Talk With My Eyes Shut. It has different lyrics that I don't think are as good as the version of I Can Talk With My Eyes Shut that was released on Tiny Pieces of Paper. So I have it ranked lower, but instrumentally it's pretty much identical. I have Your Shirt as well, which I don't remember where that's from. And then I also have The End of the Golden Age. There's Billy's. There's also Rebel Radio. Rebel Radio is a good one. Then we have FF off of Little Piece of Paper. Then there's There's Someone Out There, which is a unreleased song that was performed live a few times around the release of Madlow, or before the release of Madlow. It's really good. I hope that they record it and release it sometime. It was kind of taken down pretty frequently, and it was asked not to record the song because I think there were plans on releasing it. But as of right now, it hasn't been recorded. And so there are versions you can find online. I recommend you do because it's really good. Then I have the only Teens of Style song on here, Oh Starving, which, interesting. Yeah, I have Oh Starving, and then right next to it is the Oh Starving off of 3, as well as Ryan North by Northwest. I have You Have to Go to College, off of 1, which is I think my favorite song off that album. Then there's a few Madlow songs. These are all the songs that were tacked on to the end of Madlow and some of the physical releases. I think the name that they use it here is Closing a Door version. There's Deadlines Acoustic. There's There Must Be More Than Blood. Closing a Door version, which is again that physical release version. It's slightly different. I don't like it nearly as much as the version that is on Spotify. And then Hollywood Acoustic, which I like a bit better than the original version of Hollywood. I think it's kind of cute and sweet. Then there's Him Remix, which is on the Spotify release. Then there's Him / Remix. Sorry, not on Spotify release. Totally different. How could I get that confused? Him / Remix, I don't remember actually what context this was released in. But then we have songs from the actual Madlow album. We have Him Remix, Deadlines Thoughtful, Can't Cool Me Down, and Weightlifters. Then we have some Twin Fantasy stuff. We have Twin Fantasy Those Boys off Mirror to Mirror, Cute Thing off Mirror to Mirror, and Famous Prophets Minds. I all think these are just kind of not as good as their version on Face to Face, especially Famous Prophets Minds. Famous Prophets Minds has like a lot left to be desired, and I think when compared to Famous Prophet Stars, it's very evident. Then I have some stuff off Disjecta Membra. We have Memories, Leonard Cohen cover. If Not, Then Oh Well. AC, Love Me Too Much. Dream, Encounter on Smoke Mountain. And When Will My Man Come. These are all solid songs, and I really like them. Especially Dream, Encounter on Smoke Mountain. I think it's definitely one of the most interesting long songs that Will has done. And I like Love Me Too Much a lot. I think it's a fun little style break for Will. Then we've got some stuff off of Mad Low Influences, March of the Pigs, Golden Years, and Substitute. Then we have some stuff off of Nervous Young Man, Don't Remind Me, Afterglow, and Holmes. We have Joe Goes to School and Not What I Needed off of Teens of Denial. And the first Twin Fantasy face-to-face song, Those Boys. Honestly, Twin Fantasy Those Boys. Hold on. I'm gonna move that up. That goes up to Amazing. I apologize. That's not correct. We're gonna retcon that. Twin Fantasy Those Boys off Face to Face. It does not belong. It doesn't belong there. Sorry. We have our very first Monomania song, I think. Sleeping with Strangers and Los Borrachos. I'm a really big fan of Monomania, actually. Then we have I Hate Living and Oh Starving off of Living While Starving. We have Lawns, POW, and Stoop Kid off of My Back Is Killing Me Baby. And Is This Dust Really from the Titanic? And You're in Love with Me from How to Leave Town. And that closes out the great category. Back for the third recording session now. This time because my camera battery died. So we're moving on to the last 2 to 3 technically tiers, starting with Amazing. So let's get started. So the first song I have on here is Does It Feel Good to Say Goodbye? I don't remember this one. I'm going to be completely honest, I do not remember what this song is. It is a rarity. It's not like accessible on Spotify or Bandcamp. Go listen to it. See how it sounds yourself. I thought it sounded good when I listened to it the first time. I can't tell you what it is. We have No Unsolicited Demos, which is an alternate, if not demo version of Times to Die, where instead of the Times to Die, it's No Unsolicited Demos. Next, there's House Band, which is not a demo or anything. It's a completely kind of original song, and I think, honestly, I would maybe even move it up a tier. I really like this song. I think it's really fun. It's got cool energy. It's kind of reminiscent of like Soundman / Low Fidelity off of Disjecta Membra. Really cool. Go check this song out. I think if there's like any recommendation that I have on this video, well, there's a lot of them, but like one of them is like near the top is House Band. Check House Band out. And then we have some songs from Tiny Pieces of Paper. We have the Staying song and When I'm Here. Then we have the Impossible Soul cover, the Sufjan Stevens cover of Impossible Soul. It's good. Then we have I Would Like to Be Covered in Fur. I originally had this in the not great, objectively not great, but charming tier. And then I was like, no, actually, this is really good. It is kind of like a jam that sounds really similar to Komochi Warui, but it has alternate lyrics. And it sounds really cool. There's horn and ukulele and Willis talking about how he wants to be covered in fur because furry behavior. Next, we have some songs from Teens of Style. We have The Drum, No Passion, Times to Die. Good songs. We have some songs off of Madlow. We have Martin, Deadline's Hostel, What's With You Lately, and There Must Be More Than Blood. I think these are all solid songs. I would maybe put There Must Be More Than Blood a tier higher. I honestly think that's one of my favorite songs off the album. So I don't know why I ranked it this low. But it's still really good. I think A tier is still pretty good for that song. But anyways, then we have a song off of One. What does OUJ stand for? Good. We have some Mirror to Mirror songs. We have High to Death, Sober to Death, and Stop Smoking. Solid. I think all of these songs I didn't rank at the same, or at least I don't think I ranked at the same. Oh no, I ranked them at the same tier as the rest, so ignore what I'm about to say. We have some songs off Distract Remember. We have Soundman Low Fidelity, Sinner, and Please Mr. Pilot. I think these are all really fun songs. Like I mentioned, I really like Soundman Low Fidelity, and Sinner is also very good. Again, I think I would maybe move Sinner up a tier. It's really, really solid, and I don't think it deserves to just be an A. We have a fair amount of songs from Nervous Young Man. We have Knife in the Coffee, Goodbye Love, We Can't Afford Your Depression Anymore, Death at the Movies, Dreams Fall Hard, I Want to Sweat, and I Can Play the Piano. I'm not going to say whether or not I'd move any of these up or down because I think I just need to reevaluate that. Like, my rankings for most of the Nervous Young Man songs could be changed around a little bit. But I think generally I'm fine with most of these in A. We have some songs of Teens of Denial. Cosmic Hero, Connect the Dots, Unforgiving Girl, 1937 State Park, and Vincent. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with those. Those make sense. And then, like I mentioned earlier, same tier as their mirror-to-mirror counterparts. We have the face-to-face versions of High to Death, Sober to Death, and Stop Smoking. We love you. We have some stuff off Monomania. We have Mod Gone, Overexposed and Joy, and Misheard Lyrics. We have Reuse the Cells off of Living While Starving. The Drum off of My Back Is Killing Me, Baby. And rounding out the end of the amazing tier, we have, America Never Been, and Hey Space Cadet. So yeah, that is the full, amazing tier. I think this one probably needs the most rearranging, but, overall happy with it. There's also, as you kind of get higher in the tiers, there's less rarities and stuff to explain, and it's mostly just songs that people are pretty familiar with because they're on Spotify and Bandcamp and stuff. So less explanation as we get higher up in the list. Now we are in the second to last tier of Superb. This is the S tier. This is kind of what I feel is the best of the car seat headrest songs. Not my top 5. My top 5 is like my favorite best of the best. But generally, I think almost every song in this tier could be considered 10 out of 10. Some really good stuff. So we have, starting off, we have the Ending of Dramamine re-recorded. This was I forget again if it was supposed to go on Teens of Denial or Teens of Style, but there was a re-recording of the ending of Dramamine, which is pretty similar to its version on How to Leave Town, so I ranked it S tier, because Ending of Dramamine is an incredible song. I have the acoustic version of No Passion, which I feel is really, really solid. I think No Passion is a great song, and I think the acoustic version is really good. Then we have Nobody Dies. So this is a song, I don't exactly remember what it was released under, but I believe it was released as a single at some point. Really, really good. It's an acoustic song. I really like the lyrics. It's very, like, nice, kind of upbeat, but still typical sad, melancholy lyrics of a Car Seat Headrest song. It's good stuff. Like I said with House Band, I think this is one song that you really, really should check out. If you haven't dived into a little bit of the more obscure stuff that Car Seat Headrest has to offer, this is really good. Go listen to it. It's super easy to find on YouTube or really anywhere else that you get unofficially uploaded music from. Go check it out. Then we have I Can Talk With My Eyes Shut. Best song of Tiny Pieces of Paper, like, by a mile. It's incredible. I love this song. We also have Culture. This was released on the quad dub, which was also accompanied with a edited down version of America. It's really good. It's Culture is a uses an old song as, like, its base instrumental track, which I forget the name of it. It's off of one of the numbered albums. It's in my head. I'll put it up on the screen because I want this information to be known. I think it's a fun little fact. But yeah, it's uses the chorus and instrumental bits of an older Will song and puts a bunch of new lyrics on it, and I think it's really fun. Culture's a really fun song. Check out the quad dub if you haven't already. It's on Spotify. It's cool. Then we have Something Soon, Mod Gone, and Strangers off of Teens of Style. These are all really solid. We have Life Worth Missing from Madlow. I don't think this is the only S tier Madlow song, like I said. I think I would also move There Must Be More Than Blood up to S tier, but I think Life Worth Missing is my favorite Madlow song. Really solid. We have some Mirror to Mirror stuff. We have Bodies, Beach Life and Death, and Nervous Young and Humans. I want to talk specifically about Nervous Young and Humans. I think, while I like both versions a lot, and I think that the face-to-face version on a whole is better, I tend to be a little bit more fond of the monologue at the end of the Mirror to Mirror version of Nervous Young and Humans. I really like the earlier in the song I used galvanistic stuff. It's fun. It's cool. Then we have Off to Membra. We have Napoleon March into Russia. Fantastic song. We have Ivy, the Frank Ocean cover. This one is, like, super, super, super good. It's off of, I'm assuming they're talking about the cover from the Commit Yourself Completely album, which notably none of the other songs off of that album are on this tier list, which I find really interesting, because it is something that was uploaded onto Spotify, and so I feel like it probably should have a place on the tier list, but whatever, it's fine. This is probably my favorite thing off that anyways, so again, if you haven't listened to that live album, listen to it, it's incredible. And Ivy is a really, really good cover. We have some stuff from Nervous Young Man. We have Boxing Day, The Gun Song, Some Strange Angel, Just Tired, Burning Man, Crows, and that's it. I thought there was more, but yeah. All fantastic songs. We have some Teens of Style stuff. We have Fill in the Blank, Drugs with Friends, Destroyed by Hippie Powers, Drunk Drivers, Killer Whales. All super solid stuff. We have Heartless Dick off of 4, which I think is like a really like underrated song that people don't talk a lot about. It's really good. It's like a minute and a half long, but it's incredible, and I think like it's a shame that it's so short because I really love it. I think it's one of like my favorite songs off of the Numbered albums by far. It just sounds super great, and like I don't know, it's amazing. Go listen to it. We have some stuff off Face to Face. We have Nervous Young and Humans, Cute Thing, Bodies, and Beach Life and Death. Then we have Portrait of the Artist as a Young Fag, off of 3. The best song off 3. Again, one of the best songs from the Numbered albums. Really fun stuff. Also, if you haven't, listen to the live version off of one of the live streams that was done in like 2020, 2021. It's really good. It has a longer middle monologue section, and it also mixes in a little bit of a Weezer song, and that's cool. So yeah, check that out. Then we have Times to Die, Souls, Romantic Theory, and Anchorite off of Monomania. I am a big fan of Monomania. I think Anchorite specifically is, I think, one of the Car Seat Headrest songs that impacts me the most. I kind of have to skip it every time that I listen to that album. It's like so, but it's super good. Then we have It's Only Sex off Living While Starving. We have Something Soon, Strangers, No Passion, and Happy News for Sadness off of My Back Is Killing Me, Baby. And we have I Want You to Know That I'm Awake, and Komochi Warui, and the ending of Dramamine off of How to Leave Town to round out the S tier. So there we go. That's S tier. Now we gotta move on to the top 5, which I will explain in a little bit more detail. So we have the last part of this video now, which is very exciting. We're going to go on to the top 5. My top 5 favorite Car Seat Headrest songs. Unlike the rest of this tier list, these are ordered by what I would rank them and what I think is my favorite, or my 5th favorite to my 1st favorite. So I will start at the bottom with number 5. I have Broken Birds, Rest in Peace, or Rest in Pieces. Broken Birds, Rest in Pieces. This is a fantastic song. I think it's really pretty. It's one of the longer songs too, which I really like. I like the long songs. There's also a live version of this song off of a tape recording album that Will did, that I think is super, super pretty. And if you have the chance to go listen to that, it's on YouTube. It's really good. It'll be under Low Fidelity. That's what the tape recording album is called. Super good, incredible song. I think, I feel like it doesn't get enough credit for what it is off of, out of like the rest of the Nervous Young Man songs. I think a lot of people talk about Boxing Day and the Gun Song and stuff like that before they talk about this. So really good stuff. Then we have Beast Monster Thing. Incredible. This is definitely, it's my favorite How to Leave Town song. I feel like it kind of encapsulates a lot of what that album has to say. I also really like the opening line of the song. It's really fun. It's great. Great song. I think it really carries the album, and not that the rest of the album isn't great, but it's really great. And I think Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty general consensus that this is one of the best car seat headrest songs, so I don't think I'm shocking anyone by saying this, but yeah, it's great. Then we have at number 3, The Ballad of Costa Concordia. I honestly think this is not what most people would say is their favorite song off of Teens of Denial. I mean, there's a lot of songs that I think people would pick over it. You have Drunk Drivers, Killer Whales, and Hippie Powers, and stuff like that. But I think this is really good, and honestly, one of the best, like, long, like, 10-minute plus songs that Car Seat Headrest has done. The not monologue, but like the kind of spirally section in the middle of the song is like really, really good. And I think it's super, super solid, like incredible. I think people kind of overlook it when they talk about Teens of Denial, and I think people should talk about it more. We have at number 2, another long song, Famous Prophets Stars. I think I put Famous Prophets Minds a significant deal lower than this one, but specifically because it's like there is so much missing from Famous Prophets Minds that makes Famous Prophets Stars so good. Just this whole song is incredible. The bass line is wild. The when the guitar comes in at the beginning of the song, incredible. Like, I could go on and on and on about this song. It's amazing. And it honestly sometimes makes me sad that this isn't the last song on the album, because really it feels like kind of a shame to try and continue the album after it, just because you have reached the highest point and there's no going higher. It's incredible. Amazing. And then the last song that I have on this list, my number 1 song, which I feel like probably people won't agree with me on, but that's okay, because it's my favorite. This isn't the best Car Seat Headrest song. This is my favorite. It's Plane Crash Blues. I love this song. And I think part of why I love it so much is because it is not sampled, but it is used in the live recording of Drunk Drivers, Killer Whales on Commit Yourself Completely. A verse is taken from it. And that makes that song incredible, so I just kind of like associated with this, but I just feel like the entire vibe of this song, the lyrics, and the placement in Nervous Young Man just makes it so good. Like, it shows up exactly when it needs to. It always hits. It's amazing instrumentally, lyrically, everything. Like, it is, to me, like the perfect Car Seat Headrest song. It makes me, like, I feel like it's super versatile. I can listen to it in pretty much any mood. It'll uplift me. It'll make me just want to cry. It's amazing. And I think that people need to give it more credit. Plane Crash Blues is really, really good. Like, again, it's one of the more overlooked, like, songs off of that album. A lot of people tend to praise other songs off Nervous Young Man, and I think this one needs much, much more praise. It's amazing. If there's anything that I hope this tier list has taught you, is that you should go listen to Nervous Young Man. It's my favorite album from Car Seat Headrest. It's incredible, just because it's like a compilation album of like, or like a best hits album, doesn't mean that it's not coherent and has like an amazing theme and like amazing songs. It's incredible. Almost every song on that album is at least an 8 out of 10. Most of them 9s and 10s. Like, listen to that. It's incredible. anyways, I just want to say that's it. So I want to say thank you to everyone who stuck around through the whole thing. I know it was probably pretty long. I'm hoping that I can get this cut down a bit because I've been recording for I've done 3 different days of recording, and I think the total amount of footage is somewhere around an hour to an hour and a half. So I'm hoping that this is not nearly as long as that. But I just want to say thank you for watching. It was a long video, and I hope that you enjoyed. And if you just skip to the end to see my top 5, that's also cool. Thank you for watching anyways. I don't expect that a ton of people are going to watch this because I'm a very small channel, and I think it'll probably just be my friends watching this. So if you're my friends watching this video all the way till the end, thank you for watching it. It makes me very happy. Yeah. I hope this video was cool, and if you agreed with me on some of my picks, then that's cool. If you disagree, it's also cool. If there were some songs that I didn't rank because they weren't on the tier list, let me know. I'd love to check out more songs from my favorite band. So thank you so much. Have a good one.